There's nothing quite like the feeling of accomplishment that comes from finishing a large LEGO set. The moment the last piece clicks into place and everything's all done is what keeps so many fans coming back for more. But wait, what's that? Extra pieces? Although LEGO sets do include 1 to 2 extras of the set's smallest parts, sometimes things get taken to the extreme. Let's explore the most ridiculous cases of builders getting way too many extra pieces. The Great Wave was the second set released under LEGO's growing art line and was an instant hit. That's not surprising, as it is one of the most reproduced pieces of art in human history, adorning everything from buildings to sneakers. However, one LEGO fan got extra lucky. Reddit user FunPhilosophy8335 was getting near the end of their build when they realized that something was a little off. There was an extra bag 13. Officially, this box contains 3 different bags labeled number 13, and all of them are used to build the support structure for the frame. However, this builder got an extra one. But hey, who doesn't like free bricks? Well, another Reddit user was even luckier. When they were making their way through the build, they realized that they had not 1, but 2 extra bags, and one of these was a real winner. Bag 5 here is nothing too special, just some blue parts and a handful of 1x1 round studs that are used to build a small part of the set's background. But bag 11? Well, that's a genuine treat. This bag might not look like much at first, but it's hiding a few little treasures. At first, this bag just looks like a loose assortment of white parts, and while that's true, these parts are very unique. In this bag, you've got 47 of these white leaves, which have only ever appeared in 5 other sets, such as the Botanical Garden, Viking Village, and Hogwarts Castle and Grounds, and each of these only included 2 to 4 of these pieces. In this build, they're specifically used to add detail to the wave's foamy whitecaps. But the real stars here are this bag's white birds. These pieces are quite rare, having only ever appeared in 4 other sets in this color, including ones such as the massive Rivendell set and Home Alone. Now, another Redditor named Lone Crab also got an extra bag, number 5, in a completely different set. This is the 1050-piece R2-D2 set from 2024. Unfortunately, this bag doesn't seem to have anything particularly rare or interesting in it, but this was still a welcome bonus, I'm sure. Next up, the NASA Apollo Saturn V is one of my all-time favorite LEGO sets, and so when I saw that someone was lucky enough to get an extra bag in their set, I was pretty jealous. Then I got to see what was inside the bag and was immediately confused. A user going by Timely Cod on Reddit posted this picture claiming that it was left over after building the rocket. Now, they were understandably very confused, as the set isn't supposed to include any of these pieces in its 1,969 bricks. What was even more confusing was what this bag contained. This 2x4 tile is printed with a 60 years logo, which commemorates 60 years since LEGO introduced the modern brick. This is a neat little find, but it's extra confusing when you consider the timeline. This piece was only ever released in 6 sets in 2018, 60 years after the release of the modern LEGO brick in 1958, and this bag is most likely from the Ocean's Bottom set. However, the Saturn V was released in 2017, a whole year prior, so what gives? Well, LEGO doesn't create every single copy of a set at once, and some sets, like the Saturn V, keep getting made for years. Sure enough, this builder bought this set earlier this year, meaning that their copy was most likely produced sometime after the original release, and somehow this extra bag was dropped into this set during packaging. As strange as that is, another user found something even weirder while building their grand piano set. This 3,662-piece build comes with 21 numbered bags, but someone found a mysterious 22nd bag in their box. A quick glance through the piano's parts inventory confirms what we all probably suspected. These parts do not belong in this set. This bag isn't numbered, and unlike the extra bag in the Saturn V set, it doesn't even contain a serial number or QR code. To add even more confusion, another user named Stewart claims to have received the same bag in their grand piano set as well. As of now, I actually have no idea what set this little bag might be from, so if you recognize this assortment of parts, let me know which set you think it is down in the comments. Now, as strange as these extra bags are, I found at least one LEGO fan whose sad story really blows these out of the water. A Redditor by the name of the Near Dead Wonder ordered a copy of the lovely Hogwarts Wizard chess set from 2021. After opening the box, though, they were shocked by what they found. This box should contain 8 numbered bags, but this one only came with 4. What's even stranger, though, is that these 4 bags are clearly not even from this set, with bag 2 being identified as part of the Guardian ship set, and multiple users also commented that bag 4 appears to be from the Attack on the Spider Lair set. So how in the world did this happen? The occasional duplicate or missing bag is annoying, but understandable that sometimes it happens. But this is 100% unacceptable, so what happened to cause this crazy mistake? Well, there's some good news and bad news. The good news is that this mistake was not caused by LEGO. There's simply no possible way that this many mistakes could occur in a LEGO factory during packaging. Now, this Reddit user said that this set was a gift, so we don't know exactly where it was purchased, but it's likely that this came from an online reseller, which can be risky, especially for sets with rare or valuable minifigures. As sad as it makes me to say this, there are a lot of LEGO scammers out there, and this poor soul seems like they were the victim of one. Some LEGO thieves will buy sets and stealthily open the boxes to remove any valuable parts, often taking entire bags to keep them like new. After removing these bags, they then fill the box with an equal weight of other random bricks of lower value, and then use a tool to carefully reseal the package and sell it to an unsuspecting buyer or try to return it to the store that they purchased it from. If this ever happens to you, contact LEGO customer service immediately. Even if you didn't buy the set from an official LEGO retailer, they'll try to do everything they can to make things right. Up next, the Lord of the Rings Rivendell set is a true behemoth with 6,167 parts spread across 49 different bags. With that much going on, it's not too surprising that at least a few slip-ups have made their way into the hands of fans around the world. One such unlucky builder was a Redditor named Seeks, who was mistakenly sent 2 copies of Bag 6 and no Bag 9. Unlike some of the other mistakes mentioned, I can totally see this one happening by a tired or distracted quality control worker. I mean, a 9 is just an upside down 6. But what's a bit more confusing is this image from Kabobble, who got 2 copies of Bag 12 and once again no Bag 9. Mixing up a 6 and a 9 is pretty easy to do, but a 12 and a 9? Well, that's a little harder to imagine. This got me thinking though, is there some particularly rare or valuable part in Bag 9 that makes him so prone to misfortune? And well, after looking through the instructions, the answer is a resounding no. This bag is just used to build the first part of the building's roof. However, at least one LEGO builder was able to get a bit luckier. Someone named Finn finished up their build with a little extra treat, a spare Bag 39. This is a small bag filled with 2 colors of 1x1 tiles used in decorating the structure's roof, so it's nothing special, but hey, it's free. And do you know what else is free? The videos that I put out. So be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to make sure that you never miss a video. One fan who was able to walk away from a build with a handful of cool extra freebies and pieces was Martag, who wrapped up their copy of the Year of the Dragon gift with purchase with seemingly an entire extra bag of cool parts. There's nothing too rare here, but I do want to point out the absolutely brilliant use of these 2 saxophones as the dragon's horns. It's always fun to discover clever building techniques. Staying on the topic of duplicate bags and extra pieces, another user named Capable Paramedic 867 was building the stunning Venator class Republic attack cruiser when they hit a bit of a roadblock. This massive 5,374 part build comes with a total of 50 bags, but this user was a bit unlucky in that they got 2 copies of Bag 44 and no copy of Bag 45. It would have been a lot better if this fan would have gotten those extra pieces and still all of the correct bags, but luckily LEGO should be able to help him out. In situations like this, if you contact customer support, LEGO will let you keep the extra bag and will send you out a replacement for the missing one. Although that is a bit tedious and cumbersome, who doesn't like getting a bunch of extra pieces for no extra cost? Another LEGO fan named Char was lucky enough to receive an extra Bag 7 while building their copy of the Boutique Hotel. This bag has a few nice large plates and a cool minifigure torso, so that's definitely a big win. Another user named Ashley is really cool got similarly lucky when putting together their Hogwarts Castle set, when they realized that they got a second copy of Bag 18. Sadly, this is a pretty boring bag, but honestly, who can complain about getting more than what they paid for? This actually happened to me one time, as I got an extra bag in the Vampire's Castle set for LEGO Monster Fighters. In fact, it was the best bag with all the moonstones. I don't have a picture of it since it was from such a long time ago, but here's just the extra pieces as well as the set, so you just have to take my word for it. Sometimes getting more than what you bargained for might be a little overwhelming, and that seems to be the case for a builder calling themselves Pristine Fig 4901. After they finished building their version of the massive Mercedes-Benz Aerox set, they noticed that they had a lot of pieces left. This set comes with 2,793 parts and a whopping 451 of these standard black Technic pins. Now, if you've ever built a large Technic set before, you'll know just how many extra little pins and connectors LEGO typically includes in these sets. Well, take a look at what was left over from this build. That's way more pins than I've ever seen left over from a build, and I just really hope that this poor builder didn't miss that many steps. They either severely messed up or got an entire extra bag of black pins. This mistake likely happened by accident at LEGO's factory, but some sets, even without mistakes, are known for having seemingly too many spare parts. For example, the A-frame cabin set, which is packed full of tiny details and equally tiny parts, lends itself to a lot of extra pieces. Once you're done building, you'll be left with a generous supply of extra pieces. Likewise, the Super Mario question mark block will leave you with a few dozen duplicates, including extras of these unique printed pieces. Not to mention that this impressive insect collection set will also leave you with these parts, while the recent Milky Way has several colorful parts left over. Now, you may wonder how LEGO exactly determines which pieces to give extras of, and well, when LEGO is sorting pieces in its factory, the parts aren't counted individually. Instead, they're measured by weight, and so if a set requires 4 minifigure torsos, LEGO knows exactly how much that's going to weigh. When it comes to extra pieces like studs, these pieces are so small that LEGO's scales can have a hard time accurately weighing them sometimes, so the company has decided to just include an extra of each because they are cheap pieces and it's much safer to include an extra rather than risk the possibility of not including enough, which would result in an incomplete set and tank customer satisfaction and LEGO's overall reputation. Speaking of sets, have you seen LEGO's new strategy to release multiple colors of the same set? Click here right now to learn more about this interesting story that I covered, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel SpitBrix for more LEGO videos.